And now we're going to cross to Miami, Florida, where the three guys who created all of this Saturday Night Fever and Staying Alive madness are waiting to talk with us. So would you welcome back to Australia, please, Barry, Robin, and Morris, the Bee Gees. Yeah. Hey, 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 look at that. Thank you. Very nice. There you go. Well, even if it's only by satellite, welcome back to Australia, boys.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I just throw a question at you very quickly? Miami is your home now, all three of you. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
right. Why Miami,
that's
Barry?
Well, I can't really speak for Morris and Robin, but I personally moved to Miami because I liked that the sunshine was very much like Australia, and to me it was very much like Surfers Paradise and Brisbane, and I like that climate, and I have a lot of good memories of living in those places. So that was that's really what I was looking for. But we all have our own reasons for being here, you know.
Robin, why are you in Miami?
I don't know. I think I just came here and I got a house here and stayed here, and I can hear a car. It's all right, it's gone. It's something to do. It's in the high atmosphere, 15,000 miles. Funny business. But anyway,
probably an
yeah, I just came here. Probably, you're right. It could be a hijack. Yeah, I came here. We record here. We have our studios here. We recorded here for about the last 5 or 6 years, and I think it's important to live where you work. Morris.
Yes. Why do you live here?
I thought I'd push that one.
Am I next?
Yes, sure. There you are.
Well, mine's pretty similar to Barry's. I like the weather. It's and also the studios when we first came here were great. But now it's sort of like really comfortable with the weather, and the kids love it here. It's very similar to Australia. That's why I like it.
We just had a look at the premiere of Staying Alive, of course. Barry, we'll talk about Staying Alive in a minute, but let me talk to you guys once again individually. Individually, you are doing some terrific things on your own, besides the things you do collectively. Barry, I understand the Dionne Warwick album and working with Kenny Rogers as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I should add that the three of us wrote the Kenny Rogers album to come out. It's called Eyes That See in the Dark. We co-wrote the album, and myself and Albie Galutin and Carl Richardson produced it. And that should be out next month.
And what about your solo album? How do you do without the other two picking on you all the time?
Well, my solo album doesn't come out until after Robin's. Robin gets the head start. He comes out towards the end of this year, and my solo album comes out next summer.
Well, Robin, we'll talk about your album. What kind of an album is that you've done, Rob?
The album I've got out is #1 all over Europe at the moment, and it comes out in America at the end of this year, or towards the end of this year. So it's again something that actually Morris co-produced with me and wrote, and it's something. It's different to the type of sound that you would hear on a Bee Gees album, because we didn't want to do something that was the same as the Bee Gees. Otherwise, the object would have been ridiculous. It wouldn't have been no point in doing it, and Barry's will be the same. It's something that it's just a bit of ourselves being brought out individually.
Yeah, Morris, you're doing a film score or something. Is that right? A Gene Hackman film?
Well, it's like this. Oh, darn. It's under the negotiations at the moment. But actually, I've been very busy co-writing with Barry and Robin for Kenny's, and also co-writing and producing Robin's solo album. So I have been working on the score, but at the moment I'm dealing with a very difficult director. So you'll excuse me on that point.
Okay. Tell me about the Staying Alive thing now. What is it that make that music so special, that Saturday Night Fever music, that Staying Alive feel? Did you guys invent that or put something of your own into that? What do you think it is?
Well, first of all, the title was ours. Saturday Night Fever was our title, and the music was a contributing factor. But you've got to remember that it was a John Travolta movie, and it was a lot of contributing factors that added up to being a phenomena. Now, phenomena is something you never predict, nor can you ever expect. And it took everybody by surprise, so I don't think you can really pick what particular element sold the film or made the phenomena. And we're just very proud to be a part of it.
I think the most important aspect of the film itself, of Saturday Night Fever, was the marriage of the movie and music. Because that is very rare when you get a magic formula. The chemistry was right with everybody that involved in it, and hopefully the second time around.
There's stories here in the paper or stuff that has been sent to us about you being a bit unhappy about the music and Staying Alive. Is that true or what?
Well, we don't really want to judge or say anything at this point, but the best way we can answer that is that you really have to get Sylvester Stallone on your satellite and ask him what he thinks of the music in the film and where he put it. Our opinion is that if Sylvester Stallone wanted something like he has, he got what he wanted. And I think that you have to ask him about any other points.
Is he there?
I have to read something into that, I think.
Sly?
No, he's not.
I think that's the only way. It's the only way for us to answer it.
I think the way to answer it is that Sylvester Stallone directed the movie. He has complete control
Exactly.
of all the music, and it's not ours. It's not even up to the people. We write the music. He asked us to write the songs. He phoned us a few times to say, you know, what he wanted here and there in different parts of the music. We gave him the music. That's where our job ends. We can't go into the scenes and do, you know, and do the coordination. Our job ends at the director and Sylvester Stallone.
But Sylvester Stallone's brother wrote some music as well for this, did he not?
That's
Oh,
true.
you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, as we said, if Sylvester was only here, you know, but he's not.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly explains something about the difference with the music and so forth. There was a court case, of course, a highly publicized court case, where some gentleman said that you fellas stole some melodies or something from him, and what, he won the first case, but then you won the appeal. Am I following this correctly?
Yeah, yes.
Right, yeah.
Wait.
Fellas, if you're going to talk at the same time, can you do it in harmony? Would that be all right?
Okay, let me just add one
Only
thing.
if you can.
I just want to spring here because there was never an appeal. What happened to us was that the judge threw out the decision of the jury. He threw out the case, in fact. There was never an appeal by us for a new case because it never got that far. What happened was the original decision of the jury was cancelled by the same judge on the same court case. He just threw out that case, literally.
But we should go on to say, Don, that this is not the end of this particular battle. It would be nice for us to go home and think it's all over, but we don't think it is, and we get the feeling that the plaintiff will indeed go for an appeal, and it's very possible that the judgment could be overturned again.
The Judge Layton, the man who threw it out of court, said it's unlikely that they would get reversal.
Yes,
it's not that strong.
Yeah, I think we're all aware of that. But we fight on.
Did they award any figure to this guy in the first decision? Did they say to him, look, you won the case? No, they don't.
It never even got as far as that. The actual ruling on the case was a miscarriage of justice from the judge, and it was automatically cancelled, so no decision or any court will be adjourned to assess damages.
The judge overturned the case not based on likeness of the two songs, but based on the fact that there is no way in our lives that we could have ever heard his song.
Listen, you three guys look very, very happy. I mean, you look happier than I've ever seen you. You're all sort of zappy and smiling. Is that
last court? Hold on. After that court decision, wouldn't you?
Yes, all right.
That's because we've got makeup on.
We
also have makeup on. Yeah.
You fellas were amongst the first Australians to really make their mark overseas, you know, really pound at home about Australian acts and so forth and so on. With all of the interest that's being shown in Australia at the moment, and Australian groups and so forth, is there any desire from you three fellas to want to come back here and work? Not only, I mean...
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
No question. We miss the RSLs.
We miss the RSL clubs and the leagues clubs and everything. Actually, we really do, Don. Actually, believe it or not, we really do.
What about Vegemite? What about Vegemite?
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
We've got
That too, but there are many other things. There are menthoids and there are, you know... Vincent's powders.
You know,
powders,
throaties.
Well, this is
Hallmark
advertising.
cigarettes. The list is endless, but I mean, veggies in there.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Well, if you came back here, if you were to come back here, are you ever going to come back here in concert?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Yes.
In about a year from now, we plan to do what we term as a world tour, but it really will be in the fashion that we will cover Europe, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the Far East, including New Zealand, Australia.
Have you?
And God, that sounds exhausting.
It does sound rather exhausting.
I think I'll go for a rest, though.
Have you put any thought Have you put any thought into what kind of a concert it's going to be? I mean, are you planning it to be something like a big spectacular, or is it going to be you fellas with a band or something doing your music?
No, it'll just be us.
Yeah. Sort of a letdown, isn't it?
No Barry Manilow girls with flowing costumes and people...
I think that...
We're going to have them all Yeah, Tabernacle.
I can see it quite seriously when you see the Bee Gees on concert over there, or any concert. The next time we go on tour, it won't be with the big orchestras and things like that. It's going to be the Bee Gees as a band.
Yeah.
Good hard rock and roll.
Not only that, it's very difficult to fit the Mormon Tabernacle Choir on a short 747, I think.
Well, it was a toss-up between that of the
It
Vienna
can be
Boys.
done. It was done once about 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was the Osmond concert. wasn't
We've got, oddly enough, we've got the Vienna Boys Choir on next. They're
it?
here
Say hello
tonight.
to them for me.
I certainly will.
Say hello to Harry.
All right. Fellas, listen, thanks a lot. We're all anxious to see what the outcome is going to be with Staying Alive. I would just assume that you've done a great job, as you always have. Thanks a lot for joining us from Miami, Florida tonight. Stay as happy as you are. You look terrific, guys. Honestly,
Thank
you
you.
do.
Thank
Okay.
you.
The Bee Gees, everybody. Here we are. Oh, hold it. Just a minute. We are going to have some Cheerios. Are you going to do some Cheerios?
Yeah, we'd like to send our love to all of our friends in Australia, if we could.
Yeah.
All the different people who, the list is so long that we couldn't name them all individually. We'd like to send our love to our sister Leslie and her family, and Keith,
Granny.
and our grandmother, of course, Nana Pass.
And all the people in Red Cliff.
Nora Pass.
Stay well, darling, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Is that
That's
it?
it, Don. All I
Thank
know.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees. Thank you, guys. That's the Bee Gees. Staying Alive, of course, is going to be released here in a few months. You'll see another half of the Bee Gees from Miami, Florida. We'll be back. Don't you go away. Yes.